Hi everyone, welcome to our submission video. We're our Internet Computer Footprint and we're really excited to share the work that we've done with you. Before we dive in, I want to give a little bit of a background about the inspiration of this project. I think by virtue of you listening to me speaking right now, you must believe somewhere that blockchain will continue to play a bigger and bigger role in our technological future. At the same time, the energy consumption of blockchains is a direct cause of climate emissions, specifically greenhouse gas emissions. The Internet Computer Footprint is a project made up of 3 phases, which is working towards bringing the IC to the forefront of green blockchains. Phase 2, which I'm presenting now, will measure project cycles and offset the associated emissions. I'll explain in more detail how that works during the demo. Phase 3 is a mitigation strategy. We believe we've come up with a framework which can be used to actually reduce the carbon intensity of the IC as a whole. Thanks for joining me, and I'm really excited to share our work. Now you understand a little bit more about the inspiration behind this project. I'm going to introduce you to what this project will look like in its final form. Obviously, this is all still a demo, so the information on this page is for demonstration purposes only, but we're really close to delivering something really exciting for the blockchain. As you see, you'll land on this page, the Internet Computer page. It gives a really clear introduction of what we're going to do. Essentially, we're just going to offset your smart contracts. How does this work though? First of all, you connect your canisters for analysis. At the moment, this will be a manual process where you'll put in your canister ID and the number of cycles that are burning. But we're working with Canister Geek to integrate their technology. At that point, we'll be able to measure your canister burn rate over time, and then, by virtue of that, produce an emission rate over time. So coming back to what we've got now, you connect your canisters and cycles. Once we have that information, we apply our emissions coefficient, which produces a number, which is the amount of carbon emitted based on your burn rate. Once we have that, we'll help you offset it using high-quality nature-based tokens from VERRA's registry, and we'll mint you an NFT, which will prove your commitment. This is where we'll collect basic information about your project, so we can really understand your cycle burn rate. As you see, you put in your name and a short description of what you do. Then you put in your NFT wallet address, which is where we'll send the NFT once we've minted it to prove your carbon neutrality, personal information so we can keep in touch with you over time, and then obviously your canister information here. Once you've completed that, you press save. We'll run calculations in the background to measure your cycles against our coefficient. That'll then produce an output, which is essentially the number of kilograms of carbon emitted. We'll allow you to offset that by buying high-quality nature-based carbon credits, as I explained earlier. You'll also have a clear view of how much each of your canisters is emitting. Once we get to a later phase, we'll be able to put all this information in a dynamic soul-bound NFT. That'll mean that we can send the status of your carbon neutrality to that over time. So say you need to offset your footprint every month when you make that commitment, your NFT will update automatically. But saying that you're carbon neutral is one thing. We also want you to be able to prove that to outside parties. If you come down here and click verify this commitment, it'll take you directly to VERRA's registry. This gives you all the information about the project you're supporting with this offset. How many units did you buy? What's the name of the project? What type of project is it? Where is this project based? And who did it come from? That's our information. But ultimately, the beneficial owner will be your project name. For this demo, we've offset a ton in Dominic Williams' name. So now you understand the core functioning of our platform. We measure your cycle burn rate, we apply an emissions coefficient so we can work out your carbon footprint, and then we mint an NFT, which continuously updates with information about your project's carbon neutrality. We'll display the people who we're working with here, so your users can understand you're making a commitment to protect the environment. A little further down the page, you can dive into a little bit more granular detail around how IC Footprint works. And finally, if you want to buy a golden ticket, which brings you to the front of the queue and means we'll serve you first when we go live, feel free to head over to Entrepro, where you can pick one of those up. We're really excited that we sold out our crowdfunding round on Crowdfund NFT in under 5 minutes, because this demonstrated to us that there's a large push factor in this ecosystem and people who genuinely want to make this blockchain more green. Thanks very much for joining our demo today, and we look forward to working with you in the future to make the IC green.